Rogers, this is the CBI2801224 dual voltage DC UPS battery charger. It has an output to the load and a separate one to the battery. Now what I'm trying to show you here is this is the same skeleton that is used for the CBI2801224A battery charger, and this is the display which allows you to see what is available from inside the unit. So using the display, this in theory should be what you should be able to get on a SCADA system or similar. You have here your AC voltage in your device. In this case it's just device 1, and you've got the type of voltage that's 24 volts it's set at, and you've got the load. But here's some of the features you need to see. You have the device, the monitoring. So if you take a look at that, it shows you the devices and monitoring. You can add other devices to it, but from the monitoring you get the input, which will give you the actual voltage. But also you have power management of the DC UPS charging. It tells you what is going on. It tells you the load. It tells you the output voltage, the output current, and the output load power. There's very little power load on this. It's only a couple of LEDs on this display. Then you have the battery, and it'll tell you the battery type. This one is sealed lead acid, battery voltage, battery charge current, battery discharge current, and the battery temperature. There's no temperature probe attached, therefore it doesn't tell me that. And then you have the device. So it'll tell you what type of device it is. It'll tell you the hardware configuration, the variant ID, firmware ID, and normal voltage output as set. And then you have the history. History will tell you what's been going on with the device. So this unit, this display can take multiple devices, so you can have as many as you can get on a Modbus network on here. So this device, it'll tell you the input, and it'll tell you AC high and AC low events, which you were looking for alarms for those. It'll tell you on the load side, it'll tell you the highest load voltage and the lowest load voltage. Battery, it will tell you number of completed charge cycles, the number of cycles interrupted, total running time, charge ampere hours, and the number of boost events. And then the device itself, it'll tell you number of device over temperature events. So that's that device. And then on alarms, now this particular unit should nothing to display in this menu, so there's no alarm, so I'm going to give it an alarm. I'll disconnect the battery, and there we now have an alarm there. And if we come back and come in again, it should say disconnected, battery disconnected, and you can see that this alarm comes on there. If I restore the battery, that should go away, and I come back in and go okay, it's gone. So that's the number, that's your alarms. And then you have the device itself. Add new devices, because you can have more than one device here, or modify the device in question. Remove device, change address, or advanced configuration. Advanced configuration allows you to do a lot of things. Oops. It's a really clever password, this. So you get load on the battery, so you can switch the load off time after a number of seconds. You can OK on that, and you can reduce that to whatever you like, but its default is 10 seconds. I can't change that parameter when the battery is connected, because there's a battery connected. The battery type, again, you can change all the characteristics of the battery type, and particularly your bulk charge voltage, so you may get the right charge voltage for your type of battery. And then the device itself, time buffering, backup enabled, and then factory restore settings. And you have the display. The display, you can have lights and sounds and things like that, but also the welcome page, which is a dashboard, or it can be 6 values, or it can be 2 values, or it can be a single value. A single value looks a bit like this. Hopefully he says as he gets there and finds it. So that didn't work. So if we add a value, but you get the idea. This is all the features that you get within the software. So there are more than just the basic units. All right, cheers, bye bye.